tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Tailgate Show, Victory Monday, Soldier Fields, Indiana. What the fuck?
Baby.
Anyway, I'm not gonna let that fucking shirt check my vibe right now, because it is motherfucking Victory Day. And what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Air Jared, Speed Diddy. Biscuits is, I don't know.
The extended sound check. Is it sounding better, gentlemen? Because I've had some issues.
Oh, wait,
tonight.
Hold up. Yeah, it's all right. We can live with it. Ladies and gentlemen, from down south, the man.
No, we need the couch, bro. Go back to the couch. Yeah.
Couch on?
Couch on, bro.
It brings a different vibe that's needed tonight.
Oh.
There it is.
Yes.
Oh, let me turn that light. Let me get some mood lighting going.
Look at that. You're like, look at me. That's crazy.
Biscuit's not even thinking about the ladies
really
right now. The lighting's way too intense.
You look like look like you're in a like a escape pod.
Ooh.
There.
Oh,
There it is.
let me move this shitty ass fucking lamp.
Oh, I like that shade, bro.
Nah, that shade's going in the trash. I just threw the other one away today.
Throwing shade.
New
Throwing
place.
shade
new
already.
shade. Oh.
New shade, new biscuits. Whoa.
Victory Monday, boys. Victory
Anyway,
motherfucking
welcome to the fucking
Monday.
show, everybody. Biscuits, welcome on.
I missed the intro. Is the new intro in?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Fire.
It was fire, but I was adjusting my volume on my mic and I did it to my headphones.
It's the
It
part that
blasted,
you're
bro.
in. The best part is the part with you in it. Anyway,
Biscuits, am I sounding all right, man? My mic's been acting up, dude. Like that's,
Yeah, you sound good.
All
Sound
right.
good to me.
dude, we
Cool.
just had like the most painful, drawn out sound check of. I mean, it
I
wasn't-
couldn't tell if AA's hearing aid was fucked up or like we're like two old men trying to get sound right. You should have heard me. It was great.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? What?
AA sounds good for a change.
Fuck
Weird.
you,
That,
motherfucker.
see what a victory does for AA's mic?
Yeah.
What a victory does for AA's whole Bears
Ooh.
mindset.
It's
Like
crazy.
that shirt,
It's
too.
it's kind of like the Bears, right? The kicker was working fine. My mic's always been working fine. Now AA sounds fine. My mic's acting up. I'm like Santos.
Hunter's
was
trying to
yesterday.
dry the field off with a towel.
Yeah, I'm like Santos yesterday, man. Now my mic's acting up. Now that the rest of the team's fine, like doing, finding their spot here.
I think that was the
Hey,
first time I've
like-
ever seen that towel penalty too. That was fucking weird.
It's the first time I've seen somebody try to use a towel.
Let me tell you.
Listen,
as
Trenton
someone who-
Gill is innovative, okay? He's
Oh, don't
good.
tell me we were all using towels when he hit Pettis for that 51-yarder. Come on.
The thing that's crazy is that rain. Like, I was in it. I had to go to work in it. Like, the expressways were flooded. Like, all these different roads were flooded. That rain was insane. I got soaked. Like, just picking up one thing on the way to work.
Couldn't
I
tell by
don't
watching
know.
the game.
I don't know how anyone could play football in that shit. I mean, like, imagine, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, imagine like like being under like a waterfall. Like, that's how it felt.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
I'm just saying the rain was crazy. The fact that they even played a game in that shit is wild. You
So
know?
do you think this is
You act like it was acid rain, like they were gonna melt and wither away.
no? But do you think this was Mother
That's not my
Mother
point.
Nature's
I'm
way?
saying it's insane that they were able to
Right.
do it.
Do you think
I'm
this
not,
was?
I'm not cracking on rain. I'm just
Could
saying
it be possible though that this could be Mother Nature's way of cleansing the sins of the past into a new era with flus?
What?
Wow, the Notre Dame.
Just
Catholic.
rain all over us. Just it's a cleansing rain, man. New start, bro. Like hell yeah.
Jer was ready to get in that Notre Dame criticism any way that he can.
Yes.
Hey, you started feeling a little giddy again too. Listen,
Yeah, that
it
was
brought
a
you out of
real
your
holiday
funk
miracle.
too, bro. Like, come on,
Hey,
man.
you know what? Like, it ain't that serious, but when the Bears are bad, it can ruin your whole week. So, I mean, it's not unlike like anymore. I have to compartmentalize them because I just can't. I can't, I just have to because it's like, So I was definitely just kind of feeling like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
It's like dealing with me, kind of. You gotta
I don't know.
compartmentalize
I
shit.
don't know the parallel there,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, nobody was fucking expecting that. I mean, and let's not act like they came out and they were like a house on fire. Like the first half offense was fucking atrocious. Like
It was pretty bad.
failure.
First time since '91 where a tight end or a wide receiver didn't catch a pass.
Ooh,
Damn.
stats Diddy.
Well,
Diddy.
no, they said that in the broadcast. It's not. I didn't look it up.
Brought it to the show.
Take your credit, man. Take your
Sure,
credit.
Pat
credit.
stuff on the back.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you
just saying that's how bad it was.
You
That's
talked
very
about it in
bad.
chat, like
It was horrible.
this is like the worst offensive half of football, and I said, "Oh, contraire."
Yeah.
Versus the Eagles, -2 yards of total offense at halftime.
Right.
I mean, what
but-
about the Cleveland game last year was
Oh
worse.
God,
yeah.
Nagy era offense.
Okay, guys. I didn't look at the Guinness Book of Bears World
It
Records,
felt
but
bad though. I get what the whole point was.
I think because it was a fresh start that we were anticipating so much, that first half was fucking brutal.
And-
Granted, there was a
well-
lot of elements, and the Niners defense is
And-
really good. We can make excuses, but it just felt like fuck. Like I wanted to at least see something a little bit better than this at
Right.
first.
Even the running game wasn't working either. That was
No,
super
the
disappointing.
offensive line.
Bro,
Khalil, I'm not trying to be like Khalil Herbert is. If Monty could be as
Yeah.
explosive as Herbert, oh my god, like he hits the whole hard
just
pause.
Pause.
His style just translates way better in this system than Monty's does.
But if they
Exactly.
came out and put on that offensive display, and it was like sunny,
Ooh.
So I guess like who do you think has a better? Sorry, just to hit on this Herbert thing. Who do you think has a better chance of being Jones like the running back from Green Bay in this offense, Monty or Herbert?
As far as a pass catcher, Monty.
I'm talking about the explosiveness, the whole, hitting
As
the
far
hole
as
hard,
explosiveness, yeah.
pass catch. And how'd that work out yesterday? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He caught the pass.
Drop the
Number
first
one.
one.
Thank God he dropped it. He would have got killed.
Oh man, feel a little Jordan Howard defense coming on.
That
No,
one that
you're not gonna
Justin
get that.
floated in the flats to him
That's
was
the one I'm talking about.
super dangerous. Lucky that wasn't picked off. But no,
Yeah,
I
he had a
agree with
couple of
JD.
those.
I think
Even the Shanahan backs generally, like he's just.
I don't think
think
they've
he's-
also asked Herbert to catch a lot out of the backfield. I think the main knock against him has been the blitz pickup and recognition.
Right.
Right.
I'm not, and I did need to block better for Monty. I get that, but I'm just saying, like
hey,
Herbert.
I don't know if we're ever
It's a lot
gonna.
better for everybody.
I think we're gonna see split carries a lot, or nearly
Yeah.
split carries. I mean, they didn't split carries. Actually, Montgomery got far more
Yeah.
carries than
like
Herbert, but
twice as many.
but he was like averaging under 2 yards per carry. Like they played like shit in the first half. The offense was fucking atrocious.
And the one drive they
49ers, the weather was absolutely biblical. Like the rain was insane, and the only that was like the only thing that kept, I think, things in check or like equalized things.
Yeah.
And the energy of the Bears defense. The Bears defense.
defense. That's the real story of the game, in my opinion. They really
it's-
played.
Oh well, I mean
Possibly
that's
one of
that's
them.
that's been the story of the game for how many years?
Yeah, that's true.
It felt normal, like it felt like we didn't skip a beat as far as
Muhammad, man.
there was
But
a
it
lot
was-
more
but it was a lot of the
hustle
young
in this
guys,
defense too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it
Well,
was,
one of the first San Francisco drives, you get Jalen Johnson punching a ball out of Debo. Hits principle coming to fruition right there. Brisker lands on it.
yeah,
I mean-
you could sense the coaching change
Yeah,
hard.
they all believe it.
But you also had a bunch of young guys step up too, like Dominique Robinson for a 5th-round rookie who was always pegged this offseason as a developmental project that's going to take some time. Boy, he looked like he was ready to play right out of the gate.
D-Rob, better than A-Rob.
You're keeping people fresh and rotating them correctly. Our last coaching staff wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Like they're just using people correctly, and guys are buying in. That and ultimately, your head coach is the teacher, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The message is getting across quickly. We see it in the difference. What they were talking about, we're actually seeing on the field, and we didn't see that with the last regime.
I think the talent level is pretty high.
Not on offense, I don't think.
I'm talking about the defense. We
Oh,
were just
okay.
talking about the defense. Like I think that the defensive talent level is actually pretty high, despite the fact that you have rookies. Although Kyler Gordon got smoked a few times.
Yeah.
He had some rookie moments.
This is also
Yeah.
a defense that's going to allow talented people to flourish.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're all talented, right? It's just an easier defense. I think it's easier for any defender to play than in this type of defense. So
Right.
you maximize your talent better.
Like it's going to be interesting if this defense really comes along and is like, recognizably good, where people are like talking about their top 10 defense or something like that.
Dude, discipline, and we saw a lot of knocking the ball out. You know what I mean? Like the aggression.
Like Eddie Jackson reborn, maybe.
Yeah, look at that.
When he got his clock clean though by Debo, at first you're like, "Fuck Eddie, come on, man!" Like,
honestly, I was shocked he stuck his nose in there that hard.
I guess you can.
He made a legitimate attempt at a hit. Like he didn't just absorb a hit. Last year he doesn't do that. Last year he just lets Debo. I mean,
he did make the effort.
Like he might give about 50 to 60% of that effort. And I thought he was really actually trying to stop him, which he had no fucking shot of. Eddie Jackson is like not big. I don't know if people realize this. Like you ever see him? I mean, everybody's seen his Instagram photos. That dude, if you saw him on the street, you would never think he's a football player.
Field Yates, but you talked about the youth on this team. Field Yates put a tweet out. Game 1 for 4 Bears draft picks. Second round safety Jaquan Brisker played every snap, 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 fumble recovery. Second round cornerback Kyler Gordon played every snap, 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. 5th rounder left tackle Braxton Jones played every snap. We'll talk about him later. 5th round defensive end Dominic Robinson, 7 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 QB hits.
And
Eddie's
7th round rookie
6'2",
Trenton
just to throw it
Gill
out there.
locking down the special
Fucked us
team.
out of a field goal.
Oh, come on. Actually, if you listen to that, Cairo Santos, I believe, took the blame for that.
For what?
For the towel. For Towelgate. Yeah. He's the one that told
weird.
Trenton to break that towel out.
Fucking weird shit. Like,
Hey, Eddie's 6'2", I mean
that's not big.
it's not tiny, dude.
Okay, but it's you look where it. I don't know where all the weight's coming from. It ain't in his fucking.
Wow.
It ain't in his legs.
Well, I mean,
You know how happy they are in Seattle to beat that fucking Russell Wilson. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them still love him.
Dude, they booed him.
They should fucking
them.
boo. He fucked them.
Come on.
they should boo him. We would freaking.
Dude,
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
fucking I'm full of shit. I don't think they should boo him, but I get where they are. Like I respect the petty level to do it. Like I just think it's respectable fan shit.
If we had a quarterback do what Russ did for us, even if he can't, as long as he didn't come back for the Packers, we'd be fine.
Okay, but he kind of. I mean, it's not like. I don't know. It's pretty hardcore.
No,
Like,
it's just funny. It's funny to have to even think of a fan base being that negative towards a guy that did so much for the franchise.
I understand that, but they just went through the whole holdout and was he going to come back and then
He went for 2 years. Remember, he was going to be a Bear 2 years ago.
Hey Seattle, we got a deal, and then fucking 6 months later he's out, or like a year later he's gone. It's like what the fuck? I'd be pissed. I mean, later on, I'd be like, "Oh, he's the great. He's the goat like of our franchise." But for now, I'd be pissed and petty if I was in that situation.
And that's Seahawks talk.
Yep. See what happens when BK hijacks the show. That's what Biscuits used to do all the time.
See what happens when the traffic director doesn't wear his vest.
Who's the traffic director?
I'm supposed to be doing that, so it's really on me for letting you go that far off the reservation. So,
somebody put that thing in the chat. By the way, BK said Seahawks just beat the Donkeys. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you get guys that they've been scouting that team since last summer. Same with the Bears and the 49ers. We were scouted.
Huh?
Geno Smith carved them up. Anyway, go ahead.
What were they scouting?
We could still scout the plays and see what we could do with it. I mean, players.
Scouting from what? A preseason game?
Preseason. Well,
no.
It looked a lot like preseason, did it not? Screens left, screens right.
You're seeing a bunch of vanilla stuff in preseason. I don't know if they're really diving deep into that film.
That's why week 1's so wonky. You don't have anything on these guys yet. This is the tape that they're going to build off of for the rest of the season. That's why things are so weird. In my opinion, it does get wild. Green Bay lost. They got tromped against the Saints last year. We all thought it was the beginning of the end. Same thing this year. They lose anyway. We'll talk about.
It keeps happening. Later, I mean, it's the same shit. Like Brady and the Patriots every year. At some point, they would be like, "This is it. It's all over," and then they come roaring back. I ain't believing that the Packers are done at all.
No,
I watched that game condensed version, and they're gonna figure some shit out, and they'll probably figure it out against us next week.
I loved watching that dude get his ass kicked though. He was getting pummeled.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
He's so high, he don't give a fuck.
I mean, they were letting him tee off a little bit. I'm wondering if the league.
Zedarius.
I'm wondering if the league's
was hungry.
I'm just wondering if the league's getting a little sick of his off-field shit.
They're
actually letting him get a little lit up, more than normal.
Bro, the Bears used to light him up. Remember 2018? The Bears broke his ass in half multiple times. They literally broke his ass in half. He does not get protected. People act like Rodgers gets protected. He does
big
not.
Moments he does.
Barely, bro.
Not as much as
shit.
Peyton and Brady had.
I remember making those memes where his ass is getting cracked in half in 2018. He gets hit. It's kind of amazing how much he gets hit sometimes. But I don't mind seeing it.
Yeah, but I mean, the biggest thing though was with this team that I saw was the discipline. We haven't seen freaking. It seems like forever. It was nice to see that we were so well coached that the other team was actually making mistakes that were actually benefiting us. Usually we're making way more than the other team.
Yeah,
we were
one penalty all game.
Well, think about that. So this was the first time we were so disciplined that we were ahead on. They were beating the shit out of us on penalty yardage.
Yeah.
You also saw intensity too. Intensity to the point where Justin gets hit, right? And I think that's where you were going next, AA. It's Justin gets 2 personal fouls on hits, and what's around him? All of his linemen are around him. They're not doing too much, but they're all feet are right in front of old boy.
He was down on the. You said, "Old boy." They were all standing around him, like he was on the ground. It was like, "Oh shit!" What's about? I thought they were gonna get taunting, but they let it go. So I liked it, man.
The penalties I think were huge. There were all three touchdown drives were extended by 49er penalties. Which is whatever.
It works.
I mean, sometimes you get the bull, sometimes you get the horns. Usually we fucking are on the wrong side of that, so we got it going our way. And here's the thing is that they capitalize on those opportunities. It's absolutely. That's football.
And not field goals either, touchdowns. They
Right.
scored touchdowns in the red zone.
Exactly.
Crazy.
So, I would. It's kind of interesting. Like everybody's talking about how they made all these adjustments. I think they did. I think Justin also just kind of like took over.
He clicked.
Like he just went into like a mode. Like he was in a fucking like like he was. The way he was moving in that rain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we understand the fact that everybody else was doing the slip and slide in the game, and this dude was like gliding around like a fucking video game? Like I don't think he's getting enough appreciation for the athletic performance that he put on in the second half. Like in that fucking rain.
Not to mention they completely took out Mooney. That was clearly part of the 49ers game plan.
Yeah.
Double him, take him out. Komet had to be brought back in line to block and help chip on Bosa. They shut down Montgomery. So your top three weapons are all shut down. He's like, fuck it. I'll win with downtown St. Brown and Pettis.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
But what he was doing was buying time and allowing them to get into a scramble drill with him. And oh my God, we have a coaching staff that coaches scramble drill.
And oh my God, we have wide receivers that have good chemistry with him, and
Right.
they had a plan for this shit.
Yes.
Right? The Nagy era with Mitch, the shit looked confusing as fuck even when shit broke down.
Well, and because they like Mooney straight up said they never practiced scramble drill with Nagy. And you could fucking tell. I mean, not to be like one of those, but how often would I say that on this show that it looks like they have no direction for scramble drill? There is no scramble drill. They just don't know what to do. Like, and now it's like, oh, if you actually fucking coach this shit, which is extremely important, teams can do it. And then when you have a guy who can literally spin on a dime in the fucking rain, like I just can't get over the fact that everybody else was moving at one speed and he was moving at another speed on this water.
Whenever he rolled out left. And he made that defensive end miss.
Oh my God, bro! That was
immediately
insane.
after that, the next run, the next step he takes, it's like he puts it in high gear, and he went with confidence, and he ran like
he's comfortable.
You would expect him to.
He's comfortable no matter what he's doing. He's comfortable. There's things he needs to work on, but the dude is always at the same. He doesn't get overhyped or too low. Things that was the best part I took out of everything is he just kept his composure the whole game.
This is like.
Well,
fucking a serious, just dynamic presence that he has too. Like it's like he just went into a fucking mode. Like it was like this guy's not stopping. Yes.
Oh, you guys win. Twinkies.
Like
did y'all plan?
This is like the best t-shirt that Barstool ever made.
Destiny.
It's Destiny. I just like dude. Like, I just don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he played. Like, it's like the only thing. I mean, I'm not trying to say he's getting dissed, but in that second half, he just made some fucking ridiculous plays.
I love you. I love watching you fall in love, bro.
The throw to Equinemi and St. Brown was dynamic.
Yeah. No, I do.
And credit downtown for making the adjustment to that ball that Justin.
And he had some ugly throws. He almost threw a couple of picks. Whatever. That swing pass to Komet was horrifyingly awful. Yeah. Like there were some moments there, but once he got in his rhythm and in his zone of like being a playmaker, then it starts to slow down for him, and he can do. That's the thing that I don't think people give him any credit for is he has dynamic pass control that he can use while running at an extremely fast speed. And he can do a flick of the wrist. He can do sidearm. He can do the bucket. He can do all the fucking throws.
Yeah, that toss to Montgomery was like a weird sidearm.
Dude, it was like a shovel pass, like a fucking like twisting underarm shovel pass, but it still was a spiral.
Every evaluation I've heard from people that actually know the game, he freaking. He broken play stuff. They know he's good at. That's not the issue.
Right.
I think people definitely give him credit for his athleticism. He's an elite athlete.
I'm just saying, if Mahomes made that little shovel pass, that freaky throw, it would be like everywhere.
Well, that
Like,
and
you
the
know?
toss to Montgomery early in the game where
Yeah.
he breaks it for 15.
I'm just saying, like, they don't give him, like, they're already painting him.
That was half our offense in the first.
It
Yeah.
was, sadly, but you know what?
The line wasn't really giving him a lot of time to step up into clean pockets, though, and get
No,
to
they
those
were not.
reads.
That's the same. That's the same defense that everybody before this game thought that's a championship caliber defense.
Jared, when you saw things slow down, though, you watched JT O'Sullivan's breakdown. Like, when you see the stuff slow down, there were points where he was not anticipation throws.
He was late.
He's just not
He was
like.
late.
I hate to admit it. Like, Mike Martz hit on that, and I was like, "Fuck Mike Martz" when he said his thing on whatever podcast he was doing.
The interception that he threw, that he was
That
trying to throw to Mooney, if he
waits
throws
for
that
dudes
ball,
to get open,
if
and
he
it's
throws
just too
that
late.
ball a second earlier, it's a catch.
Guys, I'm totally hearing everything you're saying, and I'm down with it. I don't think you're giving enough credit to this rain. Like,
Are
can
you
I
serious
tell
right
you,
now?
like, walking across the street was a struggle, friends. It was
This is
fucking.
the same rain that the 49ers
I
played
think,
on.
yeah, but Trey Lance was
But, I mean,
Trey Lance
what
threw
was
like
Trey Lance
2
doing? Trey Lance
times,
wasn't doing
dude.
dick. Trey Lance wasn't doing dick.
He threw a
He had
couple
a
decent
couple
passes,
he had
dude.
some good throws in the
He
first
really
half.
did. So
Yeah.
like you can't.
He had like 3. He had 3
This was
good throws.
this was before it was like pouring at the end. The game this was whatever, man. I know you're trying to like. I know where you're at. I know you're excited about. I'm excited about him, but
There was a lot of positives to take away, but
Oh, absolutely.
he definitely had some bad throws and some missed throws for sure.
and yes, some of it does have to do with the ball being wet. There was one to Monty definitely. The ball's gonna slip. I'm just saying, like, we'll see. We'll see when everything is
Shout
when
out
it's a
to the
beautiful
grass.
75-degree day and everything's perfect. Well, then I guess we'll get real critical.
Shout out to the fucking Bermuda grass. I mean, it held up.
I really thought that was going to be the
Like,
first.
there was
thing
so
that
much
went
water
down.
that the lines were melting into the water.
I've been there before.
They were
It's
black at
tough.
one point.
Well, that was the
numbers,
Broncos did
right?
that.
Oh,
Because the actual
The
paint
actual
was
lines were like squiggly.
actual paint was like melting away.
that was like, how the hell did the lines and numbers turn black all of a sudden?
It's got to have something artificial in it to hold up that well with not much drainage.
Ooh, BK. Double A needs to take off the Bears tinted windows goggles.
No, I fucking don't, BK. I don't know what you
From,
thought.
from most pessimistic to most optimistic, the Bears have won back AA's little heart.
Love it.
What the fuck? Oh, listen here, Jack Handy. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
You were simping for Justin there though.
You
Oh, it's
were.
the water. It's the.
I was happy to fucking see something that's enjoyable for
No,
that
I was just talking about
3 hour stretch.
anticipation throws. No, how dare I? How dare I?
No,
think that?
you are 100% right. I said he made bad throws.
You
I
didn't
said-
walk in that rain, did he? Okay, you didn't go and pick something up on the way to work. You didn't experience that rain.
It was moist.
What did you pick up? I'm curious.
Bread.
Was it a
What time were you
Bread?
out? What time were you out in it? Was it actual game time or?
I was out in it at 10 in the morning.
Whoa. Who goes out at 10 in the morning and pouring down rain for a loaf of bread?
I had to get bread for the restaurant.
What was
there.
it doing at noon though? What was
I
it
pick
doing
up-
at noon?
I had to
Okay.
pick up 30 fucking
Bro,
loaves of French bread.
how much fun
fresh
did you
French
have at the
bread.
restaurant with all that rain?
Not a lot.
I guarantee it.
We got people there watching the Saints game and people there watching the Bears game, and DirecTV keeps going out. It's fucking brutal. Because DirecTV is trash. When it
wait till
rains,
it's
it just goes away like that. That was fucking crazy rain.
Oh, dude, wait till the NFL season's over. They're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love
It was
to see
Apple, right? Apple won that contract?
It. Nobody's
Was
won
it-
it yet.
Anyway,
I thought
the field that Bermuda
Oh,
grass,
anyways,
that field fucking held together. It was not like coming up. I thought that was a win for.
And Flus had to get that Bermuda in there, man.
Hey man, that was a good that worked. Like, and what's crazy is that this is actually, people are talking about this as like maybe the first time the Bears and the Parks Department have ever worked together
And got it right.
to get, yeah.
It only took the threat of building a whole stadium, having engineers draw it up, like.
Well, and also the whole like insane embarrassment of the first week or the preseason or whatever that was, that the field just was trash.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
True
So
that.
whatever. I mean, you know, I was shocked, and people were like, "Oh, it could have drained better." I'm like, do you understand where Chicago is?
Do you know how wet that bread rotten made me?
Oh,
Chicago is literally built on a swamp. People are just like, "Oh, it should drain better." No, to where? Like, it's like at some point the lake is actually overflowing into the city. Like it's not, you know.
Right.
Was that what was happening? The lake was flooding the stadium.
Bro, there was like cars underwater all around the city.
it was like that scene in the Batman.
Full on cars underwater.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
Welcome to the Weather Channel.
fucking like waterfalls coming out of manhole covers and shit, bro. It was out of control.
So it was like my man cave when he hit that past the Pettis.
It's just yeah, you're like that fucking meme with the
Shout out downtown St. Brown on that touchdown too, because his down the field block secured that touchdown.
Just might go to the game.
Hey, the
Whoa,
one Notre
we're
Dame
skipping
player
ahead.
that performed this weekend.
Here we go.
we are Marshall.
Hey, did they spell Indiana right on that shirt, Jer?
Yes, they did.
They can't do it right as fans. I thought that was pretty
It's
amazing.
because Adidas screwed it up. Actually, it was a joke.
Adidas?
Adidas screwed it up a long time ago.
It was a social media stunt?
Yep.
Jeez, what a dumb fucking fuck everything.
I don't know about that.
That's unfortunate. I knew because it's like if they spell it right, nobody even pays attention to them.
That was just
Right.
at the 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but Adidas gave them a bunch of jerseys where they spelled Indiana incorrectly.
Oh,
This has been like
so
2
it's a
years
reference to something.
ago. It's a reference to that.
Got it.
You
Well,
know,
and
one
that's
thing that
why
was
it's-
nice.
That's like
like,
90
just,
seconds of my life I'll never get back. So,
There you go.
what talk like fucking come up like bring up something else about the game, god damn it.
Yeah, I'm like
I don't-
Adidas jerseys. I'm like, what the? How long ago was that? Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
what's
I don't
happening.
want to shift gears too much, but
Please
you know,
shift
the
gears.
one thing that I noticed, it's really small and it's really sad, but
My dick.
Hey yo!
Oh, we're not playing one of these biscuit games. My bad. I thought I'd just answer the question.
but the play call came in and the offense got up to the line of scrimmage with way more than 5 seconds on the clock on a consistent basis. How many times over the
Yeah.
last 4 years did we see delay game penalties, rush
In the rain,
Yeah.
no less.
in the rain, no less? Every play
In the
call
rain.
came in on time. They got up to the line of scrimmage, and there was never a fear of a delay game penalty. That was fucking refreshing to see for once.
At their base,
Didn't we have 0 offensive penalties?
Zero.
Yeah.
Correct.
That might be a record.
at their base, they are a professional football team.
Yes.
At least they may
Don't
not be
beat themselves.
successful. They may not be successful on every play. They may not have the talent level to necessarily like be successful on every play right now. But at their base, they are a functioning professional football team that at least can fucking, you know, operate in a competent fashion. You know, where you go, okay, they at least played football correctly, but it didn't work out. Not 3rd and 33.
And jet
you know,
sweep left. and
Never
jet
got behind the sticks except for that first drive where we lost
Right.
a few. Yeah.
So they look like a
sweep.
professional.
We were in third and
football
long, 3rd and 6 or longer a lot.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like behind the sticks, like 2nd and 15, 2nd and 13.
Right.
consistently.
Because of mental errors, yes.
yeah.
So, but
Other
what,
than that first drive, I think they did a good job of that, getting in manageable situations.
I think I was like sort of off maybe, but I feel like a lot of people are touting these adjustments that they made in at halftime, and I'm certainly far from it when it comes to, analyzing football. But what do you feel they were? Like, what were they really doing different in the second half, other than Justin kind of going into a zone and making some plays? I'm honestly asking, do you feel like they changed their strategy in the play calling?
Nothing super noticeable. I think it was just Justin getting comfortable with what was going on around him.
But they were talking about
Justin
adjustments.
kept the ball too. Justin kept more rather than handing off, which he did quite a bit of. And rolling the pocket, they rolled the pocket a couple of times. And that's whenever
he had that naked. The play where he jukes Ecubon into fucking outer space and then runs like 12 yards in the blink of an eye.
The running game.
And then like stops, and did you see the pose he hit? Holy shit. He was like, like what the fuck? Like that was sick.
The running game.
I just don't know if there was an adjustment or if he just took over.
The running game wasn't working. The pocket passing game wasn't working. He had to take on both roles. He had to be the hero.
That opens up other things. It's like he's got to be a threat. It
does, but you can't do it. You have to have some consistency.
And honestly,
going forward, I'd like to see that run game get going.
Once they hit the 51-yarder, I think San Francisco started, instead of putting 8 and 9 in the box like they did most of the first 2.5, 3 quarters.
Yeah,
they had to quit doing that because they hit a deep ball. So it's like, okay, they hit one, so now we need to keep a guy back. And then you kind of saw Justin, like you saw the throw to Pringle, you saw the throw to EQ.
Here's the thing.
He had everything going shitty around him. Like literally special teams.
Yeah.
The defense was going, I'm just saying, offense and special teams were freaking brutal for him.
Right. And he's also playing like in a kiddie pool of water. Like,
I mean, it's not,
I can't tell you specifically what he did. If you're here for that type of analysis, you're on the wrong show. But
we haven't had enough time to break that down. We
Chicago
work for a living.
Khalil Herbert told Michelle Steele on ESPN that the team made adjustments in the second half after the coaching staff came into the locker room at halftime and drew stuff on the board to correct. Khalil gave a lot of credit to the coaching staff. So I can't tell you what the hell they exactly did.
Yeah, that's what
I do trust what the players say.
No, I agree. I just want to know. I was wondering if anybody knows.
They had an adjustment.
Nobody explained it. I kept hearing all day.
Every team makes adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's like sometimes I don't know. Like I didn't hear anybody get specific.
I don't think Nagy did.
All the sports radio guy. Yeah, Nagy didn't make any adjustments.
That Cleveland game was pretty clear. He's like
Nagy would just bite down harder. Like on whatever
that's his adjustment. That's an adjustment.
Yeah. Like grip even harder the fucking Denny's menu. Like,
isn't it nice to see a coach's face and all he's got is like this little pocket notebook and he's barely.
Yeah, it looked like one of those. It looked like one of those tracks they used to hand out in like the '80s, trying to save your soul and shit.
Here's where I come out on this is like I feel like some questions were answered about this team. Could they carry the clean football and the professional football they were playing in the preseason into the game?
Can they carry Justin's big D energy?
Could they keep up the discipline that they had been showing? And I think the answer is yes. And I think, they talked about mental stamina and all that kind of stuff. And this is a tough team. This is a together team. Right now, they're pulling, on the rope the same way. They're believing in what they're being talked to about, and they're believing in each other. And they ultimately just persevered. They're also having fun, which is fucking cool too. Like with Nagy, once they started having fun, all the discipline went out the window. It'll be interesting to see, how this works. I think it's going to work a lot better. I think the discipline will hold up.
I miss your video editing skills because right now, like Soldier Field should be in a WAP video. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
You talk about adjustments. Now, one adjustment that happened pretty early, and Biscuits was talking about it in the chat about the offensive line shuffling.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
Lucas
about that.
Patrick
That's
came in at
interesting.
guard, and they split that every 2 series or something. I think Eberflus ended up saying they split back and forth, and Biscuit said he wasn't too fond of it.
I mean, I personally am more of a proponent of letting one guy get in a position, letting him settle, and
Ooh.
building that consistency amongst 5. That's just me, but the fuck do I know? I mean, I
don't
just
think
thought it was
I don't
weird
think
that
necessarily didn't work. I agree with you that I don't philosophically. I guess I feel like it's weird, but it didn't fail. I don't feel like.
No, I mean on
So-
two
so
of the
what-
drives, Patrick was at guard, and the other drive, it was Jenkins for the touchdowns.
it definitely didn't fail, but I feel like you have a young guy in Jenkins who kind of got shuffled around a lot in training camp. There was a lot of questions there. He finally comes back, wins that right guard job. So let him stick there and grow there. And arguably on second watch, I thought he was probably the best offensive lineman yesterday.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad idea either because Patrick, hopefully the move is he's going to be back at center. So just to get him back in conditioning while tutoring Jenkins, I don't think it's a bad situation for him because he is a good right guard, Patrick.
That's a good point. The game conditioning. That's a good point.
You have to. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm trying to look
That's
at
fair.
the positive spin on it, and hopefully the plan is for him to get back to center when his hands fully healed. But
I mean, here's the thing: they did it, and it didn't. It worked. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
give them
mind
the
the
benefit of
rotation,
the
keeping
doubt.
guys fresh.
It
Like,
was
if they're
risky.
yeah.
Sure.
But I think they felt like they wanted to give Tevin some that he earned some playing time. That's what happened. Tevin earned some playing time, and Patrick is the veteran. Other than Cody, he's the veteran guy. He's the guy. He's their big free agent signing. He came in. He was supposed to be the leader, be the center. I'm sure he still very much is a vocal leader. You can just tell he's that kind of guy.
I want Jenkins to be the guard though, bad.
Yeah, me too.
Agree,
Patrick
and
back
that's
at
what
center.
I think we're going to get to. But I think it was okay for them to say, you know what, Patrick is the dude. You need to give him a little, and Jenkins is not going to have a problem with that. I believe because I think Lucas Patrick has that sort of gravitas to him. You know, like he feels like he's the leader.
Braxton Jones had a tough first quarter.
Yeah.
The whole offensive line had a tough first quarter.
Yeah, they did.
They were getting folded.
What did Sam Mustipher do all offseason? Because he is still just as weak at the point of attack as he was last year. Like, can this guy hit? I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm a marvel of strength over here, but
Right, but
he had
you're
a whole
not a
offseason to
professional
get
football player.
stronger. Yeah, thank you.
I mean,
Very
you're not
kind of
supposed
you.
to be. Like, it's okay to criticize the gladiators
I mean, to
when they're
snap in
amongst
those-
other gladiators.
Snap in those conditions, yes, but he gets overpowered so easily. And okay, maybe you're not as strong as some of these defensive linemen you're going up to, but he doesn't even utilize his leverage in a way that would help his lack of strength at all. I mean, Jared, what did you see? You're the O-line expert
The
here.
center position is just as big a problem as the guards position. Cody Whitehair had some plays where he didn't look very good. You know, that offensive line, the first 2.5 quarters looked like dog shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't run the ball, you can't get out on screen passes. And when you do get out on screen passes, 67, you don't touch anybody. You know, that's the one thing you can be is
Who's
a little quick.
67?
Mustipher.
Oh.
I mean, that's the one thing you can be is
Tune in
Mu-
for the game
Hey,
break and analysis.
Mustava. I barely know her.
Oh!
whenever you get out on screen, you've got to at least get in the way. You don't even touch anybody. That happened a couple of times.
If they
So,
would
I
have put
mean-
Sanborn in at center, we wouldn't have had that problem.
Oh, shit.
Easy.
Oh, pair.
Would you like to take this as
Another penalty that the Bears highly benefited from was that penalty on the punt where they had the Bears pinned like at the 3,
Oh, yeah.
and then there was a
5 yards.
penalty.
I'm
and
sorry,
they
but
had to re-kick.
dude, since we've been podcasting, I've never seen off-season hype about one player like Sanborn. I know a lot of it was joking, but my God, the fact that he didn't even fucking get like any snaps.
Hey, nobody thought he
Sanborn
was.
stats and gravy.
Yeah,
loading?
me and
got
BK
something
started
snaps.
a Jack Sanborn.
All right, sorry,
trapper.
you're gonna argue me the number of snaps. Okay,
No,
sorry.
but
What was it?
But nobody expected him to get defensive snaps. Nobody was saying that.
Hey,
He was
he
supposed
down
to, he
down
knew
the
he was a
punt.
special teamer.
He down
Okay.
the punt. He got his hand on a ball.
Hell yeah!
How many snaps did he get on defense, Biscuit?
As soon as he touched that ball, everything changed, boys.
I think 0. I don't even think I saw him out there one time.
As soon as Sanborn touched a live football, my friends, everything changed. The energy of Jack Sanborn was in that ball.
You think he did the pregame prayer?
Once that ball was touched, the entire game changed, my friends. The energy of Jack.
This is what we
Sanborn
wanted the other week.
Would you
When
get
we
over?
set you up.
Oh my god! I've never had like a worse long distance relationship. Like, get over the fact that I didn't fucking do the little fucking joke for you. Like, bringing that shit up still.
It still haunts me to this day. I go about my day. I'm at work. I'm like, man,
But I'm
fucking
doing
really
the bit right
blew that
now. You're
opportunity.
interrupting the bit to tell me how you're mad I didn't do the bit.
All right, that's totally fair. That's true. I did do that.
What the fuck, bro?
Marijuana.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know. I forgot. I'm lost. Very lost. Did I tell you guys how hard it rained?
It was cool though, watching the slip and slide fields going.
Yeah, that was dope.
So, my question to you, gentlemen.
Don't
If the
don't-
Bears,
Ooh, he hit y'all with the Zetterman this time.
Wow.
if
Gentlemen!
the Bears build a new stadium, do you
When?
want it to have the
Boo.
dome or not?
No, no.
It's gonna have a dome. It's gonna be like
No.
the Minnesota Stadium.
Jared just brought that out of the woodwork.
He didn't
Yeah.
come down. He came down like the fucking Undertaker.
I'm
Yeah.
one of 5 people that doesn't want a dome, but a dome or retractable roof will definitely be in the cards if they
Who's
build
the 5th person?
They already said that the retractable roof is just
What?
cost prohibitive.
You said you're 1 out of 5 people.
I'm one of 5 people that don't want a dome.
I didn't know there was a 5th person in this circle.
I'm not saying you guys.
you
You all
trying to
want
say?
a
What are
dome.
you
I'm
trying
saying
to
I'm one of 5 people. Meaning
You're
there's
one of
5
4.
In the
total
world.
people in the world that don't want a dome.
I'm just messing with you.
I could
bro.
go for some. I could go for some
Who,
dome.
yeah, who doesn't want good dome, bro?
Prime dome.
Shit.
I'll take
That's why
that
you're- that's
dome,
why
but I don't
you're
want
gonna-
prime dome.
Prime
Damn,
dome.
that didn't come off the way I had hoped. You know,
Imagine
Bezos
imagine
buying.
the prime
Biscuit-
dome.
Yeah, Biscuits don't want prime dome. He wants some teeth.
That's like That's like
Don't set me up like that. Don't
prime
set me
dome
up
is like
that.
some fucking Transformers shit. It's like
Confirmed. Jack Sanborn played 0 defensive snaps.
we knew that, and nobody thought he was gonna. But how many special team snaps?
Listen. Stats and Gravy is just here to bring you the facts. Okay, I had to bring the confirmation, make sure the audience knew. You know,
My-
the 3 people listening needed to know exactly how many snaps.
Yeah,
Jack
you
Sanborn
never
played.
You've
It's
never
like-
brought up
it-
special team
three-
snaps since I'm. You never brought up special team snaps since I've known you, bro. Holy shit!
Because I'm doing the bit, unless fuckboy interrupts me. So, fuck. The 3 people listening to this show right now
You can't.
are
handle
fucking,
it.
are fucking BK and his 2 hostages that he has, who he's forcing to listen. That's it. The only people listening.
Is the corner? Is the corner listen? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
That's the
Coob-
beating pulse
The Coob.
Wow.
Does he
Coob on
listen?
I mean, he
you
listens-
really want to have that discussion?
He listens to some podcasts I've heard. He definitely listens to some of them.
Yeah, I gotta have a production meeting. HR's gotta have a meeting with production, I think.
But those are the same people.
No, they're not.
Fuck all y'all. Hold on, we're gonna BK from the top rope. Fuck all you all.
At least it's all inclusive.
I never seen it spelled out like that. That's like official. It's like,
Biscuits. Jared,
think
can we
what
get a
he's saying
translation? Is
I
that
think-
Midwestern?
I
or
think what
Southern?
he's trying to say is all of us should be fucking all.
yeah.
Fuck
Or it
all.
could be like
You all.
it could be like British, like fuck all you oh, fuck all,
R.I.P. Queen.
you
Yo, fair motherfuckers.
you oh, fuck all. That's what he's saying. Oh, I'm fucking BK. Shut up! I'll fucking
You
in
think,
your fucking face.
bro? You think BK stands for British Knight?
No.
Yo,
Fucking
Whoa!
right. It fucking does. Fuck all you all. That's fucking right.
You think he's
That's
eating
what's going on.
bangers and mash and listening to us?
Right.
Angus and mash.
Crikey.
My
From
theory,
Australia.
my theory is BK was eating like a double Whopper whenever he created his Twitter account. And he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna call myself BK.
I
Or it's
mean,
like Brandon.
Australia is like basically England's Alcatraz.
That's true. And now, BK with his Whopper, like, king in the castle, king in the castle.
Dude, they just threw people on the island with like the deadliest animals in the world.
I order double Whopper with cheese and mustard, so they make it fresh.
It's
King in the
actually
castle.
called a Royale with cheese over there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh,
Why they call it that?
Do you want me to do the bit with you, or
Yeah.
That's the most sophisticated food thing I've ever heard you say, Biscuits.
Man,
yeah.
it's from a movie, so
Somebody
I can't
needs
even
to
take
find-
credit.
somebody
for it.
needs-
Alright.
like, we gotta do a little improv class, bro. Like, you're seriously checking my
It's my ADD. I get
yeah, like
I get
it's
on to
called
the next
yes
thought.
and. So if I start doing the bit, why they call it that? Oh man, they don't have the metric system. They got the metric system over there. They know what the fuck a quarter pound is. Royale with cheese.
Well, look at the big brain on Brad.
Are you're wearing a winter hat
What
in
are we
Myrtle Beach?
back and forth on fucking Brett or Brad?
Yeah,
That
I said
scandal.
Brad. You were saying, yeah.
It's like it's because it's in the script. It's Brad, but then he actually. It's very hard to tell whether he says Brett or Brad. It's actually like kind of funny how it's like a thing. Like no matter what, you could find anything in any movie, and there's some Reddit thread about it. That's
true.
Biscuits,
Like-
how are you in Myrtle Beach wearing a winter hat and headphones over it and not
Dude.
sweating your ass off?
Because I keep it 69 in my place at all times, and I got the fan on.
Oh.
What jersey are you wearing,
Just throw on
friend?
some Jack Sanborn, Wisconsin highlights, and
What jersey you got on there? Is that Jaquiz Rogers? What is that?
dude, come on,
Jeremy
Jalen Johnson.
come on,
Yeah, is it
No.
Jeremy Langford?
no, Charles Tillman, come on, man.
Oh, Peanut was at the game.
None of the Bears none of the Bears except for Jack Sanborn and Trenton Gill have earned the right for me to buy their jersey. All right, they got to earn it.
Can you imagine the day when
Jalen Johnson had a fucking game, dude.
He
did.
did. But is he? Have we heard anything about that injury? Like, is that
He's
just
fine. He came back.
scare? Is he fine? I'm just
I
saying.
think he's all right. I think he's okay.
All right.
I mean, you want to talk
Kendall
about
Vildor had a game.
kudos to the conditioning staff for conditioning them well enough to get through that shit.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Kendall Vildor played well.
I feel like
Tyler Gordon played well.
I just
Eddie
feel like
Vildor played well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vildor looked like an NFL corner.
Oh,
We
you guys
knew-
want to? Is it that time of night you want to talk about the D?
we thought the
I was
we don't have to
resting
talk,
comfortably.
don't talk about it, be about it. So the fucking what we thought Eberflus was going to do for the secondary, he did. Him and Alan Williams have the secondary extremely well coached. They make players that looked bad last year look pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Roquan
And-
Smith coming downhill hard and banging people too.
Yeah, and like Roquan is just Roquaning everywhere. It's not like every fourth play now. It's like no, Roquan's just knifing everywhere at all times. And
He
Jaquan
looks
Brisker,
he looks a little bigger too. Like
he's thick as fuck.
yeah,
Roquan looks
The only,
thick.
the only thing I will say is I wish
Justin,
he would
Justin looked a
tackle
little
lower.
bigger too, like just bigger. Also, I don't know if they like went smaller shoulder pads on some of these dudes or what. But
I
like,
don't know. Armon Watts is a beast. I thought it was
Yeah, he
Akeem
played well.
Hicks. I thought it was Akeem Hicks a couple times. I was like, 96 is doing work.
Justin Jones, man,
Hell yeah.
he had a game. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
he
that
was
defense played
responsible for
really
the only
good.
penalty, but he did play well.
I am. I will say, however,
Muhammad.
the Muhammad looked good. Fucking
Solid.
Jaquan Brisker,
Rock
Morrow.
solid.
No, Brisker's a
Morrow
dog,
played
bro.
good.
Brisker's gonna be a dog.
Brisker's just fucking. Brisker is a player.
Yeah, he is.
He is a player. He's as good now as Amos ever was.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's an interesting thought.
It's probably overstated.
I need to see more than one game. But if he plays like
Talent-
that,
the
consistently,
talent's there. The talent's there.
He just-
Yeah.
One game I can't call
Amos
that.
never had this electricity that he has. He has he's like crackling energy out there. Amos was always steady,
rock
and
solid.
he would fucking give you the solid hit.
He has
every now and
potential
then.
to be a Mike Brown type of safety.
Yeah.
The early returns just show you that he's around the ball a lot already.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that Amos never was. Never
Right.
a turnover machine.
No, never. Like allergic to turnovers.
He didn't get his first pick until he went to Green Bay, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
against
He had,
Like,
he had a big one in Baltimore. I think the return, right?
You would just
oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, good call, Diddy.
but you would just think that playing that much, you would accidentally get a few interceptions. Like it was shocking how few turnovers Adrian Amos was involved in because they were happening all around him. He just it was like the ball was just never.
Did he
high
have
end
2 picks
safety?
against us like our first?
I know, and then the game-winning pick too. Like, are you? I mean, that's just so fucking Bears. Like, good gracious.
I disagree with BK.
Safeties are in abundance. BK says safeties are in abundance. No, not like
Not
Brisker.
high end safeties. No,
Not
way.
like Brisker. I mean, you fucking want to have one of these guys. I mean, that safety, the 49ers got one. That kid,
Yeah,
that
dude was-
dude,
oh,
like
dude's
Paul
like
Malo or some
Malu.
shit. Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? He had 11 tackles.
it's
He
like
was
Troy
in the
Polamalu's like love child nobody knew about.
Bro, he's a player. I was like,
He is.
he looked like the best player on that defense, and they have Fred Warner and fucking Nick Bosa. Like,
And that's the thing you have to really take into consideration, man. This is a top 10 defense, no question, in the NFL.
yeah,
After
Yes.
the first quarter, after there was 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, the San Francisco 49ers got 0 sacks after that point. None.
Damn.
they got. I mean, the Bears
That's
offense
dope.
got punched in the mouth, and they took it, and they came back, and they figured some shit out and made some plays. You know, like they were bound to get punched in the mouth. This is a fucking
Yeah.
great defense they just played.
But
Like-
they're a reflection of their head coach.
And you beat them by
Result.
2 scores.
This defense is the
I
same
wanna
defense
see him in
that
good
shuts
conditions,
down Aaron
though.
Rodgers in the playoffs. This defense shuts down Aaron Rodgers.
I just want to see what it's like in good, decent weather condition. Like,
Yeah,
see
but
where
I'm
this
just
team's really at.
I'm just saying that the 49ers defense was of
Do you
that high
think
quality.
Do you think if the Niners played Jimmy G, the Bears win?
No,
I still think they might.
they needed Lance's. No. I mean, I'm sorry, I misheard you. The Bears still win if Jimmy G plays because I think Trey Lance was the right quarterback for those conditions.
I agree.
Jimmy G would have been Jimmy G would have thrown 5 picks in that weather.
I would
He
agree
can't
with
move. The fucking like what is DK saying?
I knew that would throw AA off his game. He's like, what?
DK's like, fuck if I did some terrible research, I would maybe embarrass you guys. Right. I don't know what it is. Fuck all you all. Right.
Cunts.
You're fucking guns. You're fucking cunts. I'll fetch you for the turban.
Damn, you really got his feathers ruffled, huh? Jeez.
It's gonna be a 5-man show in 2 weeks.
Breakfast with BK. When's that premiering?
Oh yeah, English breakfast. It'll just be called English breakfast.
Dude, they eat like fucking baked beans.
Yeah,
And
it's horrifying.
fucking
Like
12
like It's like the worst looking piece of toast and like a
I'm gonna look that up on Urban Dictionary. Just to see.
a pool of beans and like some weird looking sausage and like the whitest egg that has no seasoning on it, like of all time.
Man, I took him down a rabbit hole with that one.
Like a bowl of jam, like or whatever. Like what the fuck? Actually, I've heard that shit is good, but I ain't fucking with those beans. It's like ketchup.
English
I don't know.
breakfast,
They
I'm
eat
looking
some
up.
weird shit, man. There's a guy on Twitter. AA, you had a run-in with him, and I think you called him a meatball or something. This guy, he'll like
Throw
post.
it down.
He's from England, and he'll post his sandwiches, and it's never a plate. It's just the bread on his coffee table, and this dude's got like baked beans. A piece of American cheese topped with like SpaghettiOs and like a fish fillet like patty on top. And he's like, just another great lunch today. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm dying, bro. Oh no!
We're going to throw shade. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I retired. You know, hooray for me,
dude. English breakfast on Urban Dictionary. Look it up.
No, is it like some fucking terrible like sex thing?
What the frig, man?
It's like fucking the glass bottom boat or something.
Unbelievable. Like, was that? I didn't know. That's when you said that. I was like,
Oh
shit.
man,
Yeah, right.
Dude, I regret googling that.
I'm not even gonna look. Fuck y'all.
Talking about crumpets and
We'll get BK on. Get BK on to
Let's
explain
just
it.
say it uses the word or the verb pinches.
Wait, what?
Pinches.
Oh Lord, BK, explain it. Get BK on the show so he can explain it.
patch him in.
He'd be like, "It's fucking weird, mate. We fucking do whatever we want." It's like fucking, yeah. It's like everyone's just fucking lubed up and going for it. You know what I mean?
Going for it.
Man,
I just don't think it'll make a best
Top on this show.
Sandbone was
dude,
like,
English
Give us
dudes.
that.
English dudes do good hype videos to start shows, though.
do that. Oh,
Even our hype man got off, bro, after we left.
oh, Jesus.
Ugh.
Oh,
Anyway.
sorry, guys. I just wanted to take this moment to thank you all for being on the network with me. I just thank you for the opportunity. I have to go back to regular life. I can't be a podcaster anymore.
Oh, I thought you were
Thanks.
talking. I was talking about the English dude.
I know who you were talking about.
All
I
right.
shifted the shade onto another.
we can just keep going.
The shade shifter.
That's like a 6-4-3 double play.
Oh, we're throwing straight shade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't even pick goats.
Yeah.
I was just gonna throw some. We can go back. I was just gonna throw some quick retro shade at food Twitter. Y'all need to stop. Like
How do you know?
people putting up the fucking lunch every day. Stop, bro. Like we're good. We're good. And the
Yeah,
chicks that put up the horrifying food and all the thirsty dudes that are like, "Oh, that looks so good," and then they're in the DMs like,
Ooh, he's in Utah.
right.
No
with
way.
Manti Te'o.
That
Motherfucker.
documentary was really good. I don't know if y'all had a chance to sit
Old
down
fish
watch
and
that.
chips, huh?
What documentary?
The Manti Te'o on
No,
Netflix.
I
It's
didn't
like a
watch it.
3
Catfish and
episode. Yeah, it was actually really good.
He said fish and chips.
Better than Rudy?
I'm sorry, but
Rudy was
is
offsides.
an overrated movie, in my
I
opinion.
I just turned. It's just like another Notre Dame movie.
I
it's not a
enjoyed
Notre Dame
Rudy
movie.
at the time that it was out.
I think it's good. That dude
Oh,
got-
so you
that
watched
dude got
it when it
fucked
came
over.
out,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't have the same appeal if you watched it now, since you didn't get to experience it back then.
Plus the technology biscuits. I know
The
where
old-
you're
the old
going.
tech. Okay,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
All right,
When you're a kid, that movie hits
just trying to
different.
make sure. Okay,
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
like Rockies were actually good when I was a kid. If I watched them now, I'd be
dude,
like,
Rockies
eh.
are still good. What are you? Oh, come on, man.
Rudy's
Anyway.
like a movie they show in school now. You know, like it's like a it's like one of those. At least it was for us. I feel like.
If I was a teacher, I would definitely show Rocky 4 for sure. A lot of good life lessons in there. Overcoming adversity.
I've
Beat the steak.
I've seen Rocky 4. I've seen Rocky 4 like no less than 100 times. Like when I was a kid, we used to watch that movie every fucking day during the summer. Me and my cousin, we would watch fucking that movie like every day when we could. If there was time, Rocky 4 would be on the VCR, a VHS fucking tape of Rocky 4 that I taped off of fucking cable. You know, you had the VHS tape and you put it on EP so you get 3 movies on there. Get the 6 hour. I had a tape that had like I think it had Rocky 1, 2, and 4 on it.
How you gonna skip Clubber Lang? Come on, man.
I don't know. I was just taping shit. I was like a kid taping shit on a VHS. Like it wasn't, it wasn't on.
Yeah, you had to take what you could get.
Yeah, it's like cool. Like the worst. You make one of those tapes and you fuck it up because you don't have it cued right. So you like fuck up the movie that you recorded. It's like Jesus.
Like whenever you tape over stuff and how it kind of bled into the other one.
Yeah, that was a trip. Anyway, Rocky 4 is great and it should be shown to everyone across the world. Especially now because, Russia fucked them again.
My bad for bringing up Rocky.
Yes.
But I will say, man, like all in all, we all wanted Justin here during that draft. And to be able to see him finally with the captain patch on, doing his thing, coming through when the team needed him, finally seeing an offense take advantage of defense holding it down because they were for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't work the way we wanted it to as quickly as we wanted to in the game, but we did see improvement. We saw a better coach team. We saw a team executing better. Like there were a lot of positives to take out of this thing. It's just
so
now it's Green Bay week. You know what I mean? Like
who's your go to the game for this game?
I mean, who's not going to say Justin, man?
I can't wait till Biscuits goes over to the piano and plays a song. Like
wow, Biscuits, nice place, bro.
Pours a glass of rosé, fucking lights the fireplace, sits down and starts playing like fucking Moonlight Sonata.
Yeah, I don't want to see the basement though, man. Oh my god, the torture chamber down there must be insane. Yeah. Like a meat locker.
That's where BK and his 2 hostages are. All 3 listeners.
I'm going with the rookie, Robinson.
Fuck your... Oh, BK's on one. I ain't even saying half the shit he's putting in there. BK's on one. I got him all... Robinson, that's your guy?
Yeah, 7 tackles, 1.5 sacks.
Yes, sir.
Pretty damn good for a rookie.
Yo, and he pulled Trey Lance, who is not small.
Yeah.
Like Trey Lance is not small. Trey Lance is a big dude, and he whipped his ass down like with one hand. That's a dope background.
Just up against the wall, guys.
You're about to do some stand up.
The wall that Braggs built.
Who are these people? Who are these people? How about them Bears? That's the worst Seinfeld impression of all time. Thank you.
Is that who that was supposed to be?
I don't know what I was doing.
Wow, I did not know where you were going.
I don't know what. Who are these people? It's so bad. It's so awful. Who are these people? It's so bad. It's the worst.
You're usually spot on with impressions and voices. That one did not work.
I love how bad it is. Who are these people?
It's horrible, bro.
It's so bad.
But it actually sounds like more. I can actually listen to it easier. It's not as whiny.
It's like Shaggy. Zoinks! Zoinks, Scoob! Who are these people?
Jimmy Fallon nails that impression of Seinfeld.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does.
Oh wow.
Wow, BK is saying a lot of things that I will not say on
Yeah,
this.
I don't even think I don't think that comment would be
I want to
posted.
scroll back up.
No, that's gonna be for Patreon members. That last comment.
I'm talking about the Phoenix comment. I just wanted to bring some eyes to that one because
Yeah, put user in timeout is an option that I
So
have.
I think what we're gonna do going forward, because there's a lot of people that listen to this there are some people that listen to this not when we aren't live. I think we're gonna just do BK in the chat as a segment.
Yeah, but it's gonna come up as like those anonymous like I cheated on my wife Reddits. You know.
Jesus. Go to the game, AA.
Oh fuck. The go to the game is Ryan Poles.
Wow.
Oh, I thought we were picking team because I would have said the grounds crew.
No, I honestly I believe Ryan Poles because he so many guys that he brought to this team. He turned over so much of the roster, and so many guys that he has brought to this team are legitimate NFL players
that bought in.
Contributors.
Yes, contributors, NFL player. They are starting level NFL players, and that he put together. Like right now, he put it together, and they're like the guys he got are now producing right now. Like that, we don't ever see shit like that. It's always a struggle, and it's always this and that, and oh, they'll get there one day. Like no, like he put this team together. He has a coach and a coaching staff that's coaching them the fuck up, and these dudes are real, and they're here now. Like
with limited resources left behind by Ryan Pace.
Right,
Yes.
he had to pay to get rid of shit, and Khalil Mack, by the way, is balling out.
No, he's first year with the
That
team.
crushed me.
I mean, because
Three
First year
sacks.
with the team. We'll see what he's doing
Three
next year.
sacks.
3 sacks, couple tackles for losses.
and good for fucking him. Honestly, like the fact that he's playing for the coach.
I mean, God, dude, he's got a legit pass rusher, like top notch pass rusher across from him.
True.
He's playing for the coach.
Time out.
We like
No,
away
Jay.
there.
Yeah, come on. Joey Bosa's way more talented than Robert Quinn. It's
Big
good of a
time.
year.
How many did he have last year?
Oh,
As good of a
Jay,
year as
stop
Robert
it.
Quinn had last year. The talent comparison.
How many
is-
times has he done that for different franchises?
I mean, where was
Jared, there's a
Robert Quinn
difference
at
between
yesterday?
quarterback pressures and sacks, bro.
Where was
Man,
Quinn
you
at
want numbers?
yesterday?
Who's numbers?
No,
Yeah.
dude, teams
I think they're
have
closer than
game
you.
planned against
I think they're
Joey
closer
Bosa
than you
since
guys
he came
are
in the
thinking.
league.
Yeah, I think they're closer. I think that's a disservice to Robert Quinn.
Absolutely.
I think Joey Bosa presents a lot more challenges for offenses.
I mean, you know. Anyway,
I
Khalil
agree.
Mack is back. Good for him. I hope he does well. Honestly, but it's pretty fucked up that he's playing for Staley, the coach that the Bears let get away. And now he's killing it. But you know what? We needed to get rid of him. It was what it was. It just stings. Like,
Health this year will be the big thing to see. how it plays out.
but I hope he stays healthy because
Me too.
he's a game-changing player that's good for the game. When he's going, it's good for the game. And I mean, there's been few players in my entire Bears fandom that got me as hyped up as him. And it sucks to see him fucking playing somewhere else. Like, you know.
Were you
like,
more hyped for the addition of Mac or the addition of Peppers?
At the time, Mac.
Really?
Well,
I was more hyped up about Fields being drafted.
Peppers came
to be
in a
honest.
trio.
Oh.
There was 3 that came with Peppers. They all signed on the same day.
Mm.
It was him.
Oh God! It
running
was
back
this
from the Vikings.
stupid ass freaking Rams
Taylor.
tight end
Oh,
And,
Chester
and
Taylor.
Chester Taylor, and they made like a
Yeah, but
Brandon Manu.
bro, and they made
God.
this like GI Joe caricatures of them standing near a
God.
tank. I'm like, oh, I remember that shit.
I'm just saying from a
Oh.
talent perspective, Peppers was coming off a lot of years of high productivity. I was pretty
So
pumped
was
for Peppers.
Mac.
No, for sure. But I mean, Peppers had so much more tenure in the league at that point.
I
Peppers
agree,
was a
but
bigger deal than
I
Mac.
don't think that Peppers
I think
was.
so too, did he?
Would you
I
think Peppers
so.
was regarded as like a top 5 defensive player though?
Top 2
No, dude, yeah.
at
Peppers
the
was
time.
fucking
as a pass rusher, top
Yeah,
2 or
but-
3 in the league.
dude.
I
Julius-
buy that. by
Julius
that,
was
I'm
there.
just saying, like, I feel like Mac was known as like a top 5 defensive player overall at that time. I feel like.
I feel like
you know.
Peppers was up there too.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I'm not. They're not far off. If I'm being honest, that Mac thing was so exciting. I mean, we talk. How much do we talk about it? How exciting that was.
Sure, no, that's true.
And he gave us some exciting fucking moments.
And I wonder, honestly, like, who impacted the team more? I would have to.
Peppers.
Peppers, definitely, yeah.
Peppers was a better overall player than
There's
Khalil
better
Mack.
players
Period.
behind him too.
Peppers is and as much as everybody shits on Peppers for taking plays off, or whatever the fuck,
Lovey showed up at midnight down there,
Yeah,
like
on his doorstep.
yeah.
people would give shit to Peppers for taking plays off when it's like he's clearly on the other side of the play and they're running away from him. You know, it's like just like fucking, you know, who wasn't defensive player of the year? Mac,
Peppers wasn't.
right?
Mac has been defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
but
for the
Peppers
Bears.
came to us with 6 double-digit sack seasons. I think it was just
Peppers is sick. I mean, don't get it twisted.
Then went to
I
Green
think-
Bay.
I
Like
think
we thought he was
teams-
done.
the teams are at a different
Biscuits.
point too. Like coming off of the heels of 2017, there really wasn't a lot of hope until you added Mac. When you added Peppers, you really thought like I don't know. I just think the team was a lot further along than we
It was just
expected at that
there
point.
was just so much hype. There was not the kind of hype to me like there was. Mac had to me like hype. I mean, it was just, you know, I'm not saying I should have probably been as excited about Peppers, but I'm just saying.
Oh, if there was social media back when Peppers got signed, I think it might have been.
It was a huge deal, but it was
Way bigger.
barely. I mean, you know, it wasn't. It's not like now, even with the television coverage. I mean, there's just so much more hype.
But Peppers was also the first like really, really big name free agent that we had brought in quite some time that
Right,
had a
like
lot of
basically
star
ever.
power behind it.
Basically ever. Like when he signed, he had to have been one of the biggest.
Yeah,
Like to bring a player of his caliber
yeah.
and pay him that much money hadn't really happened before.
That's why I think it was a bigger deal.
Yeah. I'm just saying the hype. I wasn't as hyped. I probably should have been. I
That's your
suppose.
point, though. Ryan Poles bringing guys in.
Yeah.
Holes.
You know?
Ryan Pohl's coming out in the pouring rain in an expensive ass suit to celebrate.
Yeah,
I was like,
like a G.
he's that dude. Like
And
he's
Justin
just cool.
giving him a game ball along with Flus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now the PR department's hitting our.
I said this in the
heartstrings.
chat earlier, but I want to take a little moment to say fuck you, Matt Nagy, one more fucking time.
No
And I'm
club
so
dub,
tired-
bro.
I'm so tired of because we're not satisfied with that shit. They had one on the field.
We ate
who
that
had-
shit, though.
I know, but it was bullshit, and nobody should do it. You celebrate on the field. Once you get off the field, it is game week for the next week.
And can we talk about our captains
like-
like having a slip and slide moment, like a little kid just enjoying himself?
Great.
Like
It
that was dope.
great. It was great. There was a lot of great like.
Whoa, so where do we draw the line? We can't club dub and dance, but we can slip and slide in the rain? Whoa. I
To
mean,
my point, back to my shut
the
up.
field.
You're not really making that argument. It's not the same.
no, I'm fucking joking.
Okay.
Come on.
Nagy, fuck Nagy for pushing Justin down last year and taking from him what he is. Like he tried to turn him into his little robot, you know, and it's like this offense. You see what happens when you allow him to do what he does and use his talents. Like fuck Matt Nagy, and I'm so tired of the Bears guys who feel like they all have to like walk on eggshells about criticizing him. Oh, he was a great guy. I don't give a fuck. He was a fucking snake oil salesman. He was a fucking realtor, and he had one little fucking bag of tricks. And when it ran out, he was a terrible coach, a stubborn, fucking egotistical, like weird coach that ran the depth chart with fucking weird ass reasoning and favoritism. And I mean, like, fuck that guy for depriving us of what we're seeing now. We could have just fucking seen this last year.
I think the biggest fuck you to him, you almost hit it, I thought at the end, was the stubbornness and unwillingness to get
Change.
outside of his system and change and just mold something around the guys that you do have there.
Because he only knew one system. He he doesn't know other
But
systems.
it wasn't even a system. It was just
Right.
like nothing built off of one another. Nothing was set up after each
No.
other. It was just a scatter shot, man.
Right,
Biscuits.
and it's great if you have
Biscuits,
Patrick
biscuits.
Mahomes.
I got a question for you. Biscuits,
For me?
you ready? Yep. Go to the game. Who is it?
Did he already go?
Yes, he
Yes.
started this off.
Oh,
Did he?
who did you pick?
Fields.
Okay,
I
excellent.
picked D-Rob. Greater
And
than
who-
A-Rob.
And he had pulls. My go to the game, the guy responsible for 2 of the
15-yard penalty.
touchdowns.
Oh,
Downtown St. Brown.
Hey-oh.
Dante Pettis does not score that touchdown
Phew.
without the hustle and intensity of downtown to get down the field and finish off that block to give Pettis a clear lane for 7 points.
good point.
Excellent hustle.
Lemon ding dong.
And
Uyakasha.
adjust to a decent ball. Good ball by Justin, not a perfect ball. He had to make an adjustment over the other shoulder, caught the pass, 2 touchdowns, downtown St. Brown. Didn't touch the ball a lot, but when he did, he was impactful. That's my go to
Biscuits.
the game.
Apologize.
I gotta give Diddy credit.
It's
I gotta give
one
him credit.
game, man.
It's one game, but he is maybe not the embarrassment I thought he was going to be. I think he might not put up, 60, 70, 80 yards, but he'll do maybe some of the dirty work, which needs to be done. And clearly they're going to ask these wide receivers to block this year.
And also, this is what we needed to see, because to me, this is also proof of Justin making people better.
He's familiar with the system too.
Like, I feel like Justin, so you have a guy that's well coached in Equanimous St. Brown, understands the system, and he is benefiting from the talent of Justin Fields. And we mentioned it before, but fucking scramble drill. Knowing what to do when your mobile quarterback gets mobile is fucking so important. And for 4 years, however long that fucking visor fuck was here, he couldn't do that. Like,
Look what quarterbacks these guys worked with. You got Pringle with Mahomes and St. Brown with Rodgers. These are guys that improvise.
yep.
So that
In order to throw the deep ball in this league, you have to scramble or do something to create time. You have to roll out. You cannot sit in a regular pocket and throw the deep ball. It's just physically impossible. There's no way you're getting 3 seconds or 4 seconds in a regular pocket. You're just not. Nobody gets that ton of time in a regular pocket. So you have to move outside the pocket. There's only a few guys, like, I feel like Herbert.
If you have a really good line, that's possible.
Yeah, it has to be a great
more
line.
times than not. You're right.
It has to be a great line, and the defense has to be like just rushing 4.
Your point of target throw is always been moved typically.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I think you have to do it because they're so great. There's so many great interior players, giving pressure nowadays.
I mean, if you're into that yak is whack crowd, then you want your quarterback getting outside so he can throw bombs.
Well, yeah, but I would like to.
You said a lot of interior pressure, right? So
Yeah.
like guards are just way more important now, which is.
We've been talking about that for years.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. Someone got
Quentin Nelson just got paid $20 million a year. That dude is a fucking beast.
worth every penny.
Game changer on the
Go
line.
find
Although they did have a kiss your sister tie.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's Sunday.
Like,
All the NFL have ties.
I just say though that
Shout out Lovey.
For what? Tying?
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm sorry, but the talent differential between those two teams.
They had a big
shout
lead,
out,
though.
Shout out
Biscuits.
Lovey.
Indy is supposed to be a Super Bowl contender potentially.
Yeah, but they had a big lead. They were up like by quite a bit, weren't they?
They were up, I think, at one point, was it 17-3?
Yeah.
And they let them come back. But, hey, they didn't lose.
Whatever, they still let them come back. They're supposed to have a good defense. They have Shaq Leonard, who is one of the highest
The
paid.
Texans were up 17-3.
Oh, well,
and
whatever.
They let the Colts
The
come
Colts are on paper supposed to be like close
Way
to
better.
an
Way better.
AFC title contender.
No way. Not this AFC. No way.
I mean, there are a lot of people that are expecting them to win 12 or 13 games.
No.
Yeah.
Nah,
There
I'm
are a
with
lot
Diddy
of
on this
people-
one. I think the entire AFC West is better than Indianapolis.
With Matt
think-
Ryan?
I think the Bengals and Ravens are better than
Nobody won in
Indianapolis.
that division. The AFC
Look
South.
what they
went.
did with Phillip Rivers. Like, I mean,
What'd they do?
they got me far.
I mean, their defense is solid, but they lost Eberflus, and outside of Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, there's really no other weapons there.
I know they were supposed to be on paper a much better team, right? I mean, that you agree with that statement than the Texans.
Well, I
Oh,
think
for
they
sure.
got
100%.
Oh, then the
Probably
Texans.
overstating
Yeah.
their,
100%.
probably overstating how good they were expected to be, but I definitely heard a lot of people talking about them as a pretty much lock playoff team.
For that division, yeah, because the only competition is the Titans. Who are
And
probably
they
taking
lost to
a
the
step
fucking
back.
Giants, and the Titans lost to the Giants. Saquon back.
Yeah, shout out Diddy again. Your guy coming back.
That would be nice for the league if Saquon
If
did
he's
his thing.
healthy, if he stays healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for the league if he did his thing. It sucks for the Bears because
They got to
he's
play.
like now I'm like, fuck, the Giants are not going to be terrible, are they? Fuck. Like, Daniel Jones is still awful, but if Saquon becomes a thing,
Yeah, they've
You
been
know.
talking about that dust up on the sideline with Dable and Daniel Jones. Did y'all see that? He was digging into Daniel Jones's ass, and I think Daniel Jones was sort of talking, yelling back to him, and there was a moment there of some contention, apparently.
Good, because Daniel Jones is fucking trash. They should have, like, he's a really bad player. Like, I feel like he has moments, but
I
his
feel like
ball-
he's
yeah, he
Mitch
kinda-
just with more turnovers.
He's
his
like
ball
he's,
security though is like
Yeah, he has
bananas
a lot of
horrible.
fumbles.
he's got like a Jim Carrey vibe about him. If you look at him,
Yeah, he just looks like he's just goony. Like, and he just looks fucking goony. Like, even when he ran like 60 yards down the field,
fell over.
yo, like I'm just saying, like, you look at him, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
He looks like he should be playing golf.
it's.
I mean, he
Duke,
can throw
it's
the
Duke
ball.
Mitch, kind of like a Duke Mitch.
He can throw the ball, but yeah, Duke Mitch.
But, I mean, he played pretty well yesterday, though.
But if he but like, doesn't he seem like a guy who like ties a sweater around his shoulders and like gets, you know, like
Oh yeah, the '80s picture, the '80s lasers in the background with
Yeah.
like holding his cat.
like a white cable knit sweater like tied around it, and it's like, oh, I dropped the ball. it's like motherfucker, you're supposed to hold on to that. Oh, sorry.
You know who else didn't look good yesterday?
Me.
Aaron Rodgers didn't look very good yesterday.
Yeah, he looked old and angry. Maybe the ayahuasca
He
is
was got
fucking.
the old dropsies again, and
But let me say this about if Christian Watson catches that touchdown, that was a straight 60-yard touchdown. That whole game is different.
I completely agree with that.
The whole game is different. And they let Justin Jefferson go wild on them. The Vikings probably still would have won, but it would not have been the way that it was. I will say I watched the condensed game, and Dylan is active in this year.
Yeah.
They are using him in all kinds of different ways, out of the backfield, running him, you know, all
Which is
sorts of
crazy
stuff.
because every time Aaron Jones touched the ball, he actually made something, and I was
It was weird.
surprised they didn't give him the ball more.
They made a point to give it to Dylan,
Yeah,
and
Because
you're right.
Dylan wears everybody out, and then you hit him with the Jones skill set. It's
I
like,
guess, but like you have 4th and goal, and they just run it to Dylan up the gut. That's the
I
play.
feel like Dylan's the guy at the end of the game when the defense is tired that you start running.
right.
You're both though. You can beat him up, but anytime he's in, you're beating somebody up. If you give him the ball,
Well, that's true.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's
Aaron
interesting.
Jones is so explosive, and that offense was in need of an explosive player. too.
I think what's more shocking about the Packers, and maybe it shouldn't be shocking because, I mean, they got fucking Rasul Douglas out there. Like, I think the Packers defense is overrated. Like, if we're being honest,
It's a lot of resources they've poured in last couple of years.
right? And what has it really got them? Zadarius Smith is now on the Vikings, and he looks better. I mean, he looked like a difference maker. The Vikings defense, like the Vikings are fucking good.
There was a couple times where Preston Smith was matched up
I have to
one-on-one
agree.
with Justin Jefferson.
The Vikings are good, and Kirk Cousins looks good. Damn it! Like fuck,
Michael Irvin says he's going to be an MVP candidate. Everybody freaking shit on him.
bro, he looks good.
Who, Justin?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, Cousins.
Kirk Cousins looks good, and partially that's because the Green Bay defense made him look good, but also I mean, let's not play like they don't have Dalvin Cook and fucking Thielen still.
Dude, Cousins has put up numbers though every year. We shit on him
Justin
because
Jefferson,
he can
who's
never
like-
win the big game.
Justin Jefferson is but now they have a better play caller.
But I'm saying Kirk Cousins has been putting up 4,800
know.
yards for like
I
fucking
know.
7 years
Yeah,
now.
he's a stat monster. Like everybody acts like he's some total.
How many Bears
slouch 'cause
quarterbacks have done
because
that?
he's a weirdo.
Exactly, Jer. Yeah.
Right.
Zero.
And this ain't gonna be the year, boys. This ain't the 4,000-yard year.
No, but
Sorry.
it's the big moments that always
Yeah.
always been his poison.
Yeah.
Will Justin have 4,000 total yards this year?
Yes, absolutely. I think
He
he'll
stays
have
healthy,
probably.
yes.
I think he'll have 2,800 and 1,200.
You think he'll have
He's gonna
1,200
rush
yards?
for 1,200?
Oh, hope not.
No, you're not. That's probably
Oh.
wrong. Probably 800 and 3,200.
Dude, if he rushes for 800 yards, oh shit.
Mitch rushed for like.
Oh yeah,
6.
no. Justin's physically, he could do 1,200. I just don't want him to be that
Mitch
exposed.
rushed for like 600
Right.
yards.
There's no Mitch Trubisky did not
Did
run for
he
those.
rush for, like,
600 yards.
Yeah, he had like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in 5 and 800 though.
Okay, Justin Fields, bro. Mitch wasn't even good at running. He was like okay.
But are they going to call that many design runs? Or
I
is
don't
he
know,
gonna
but he
break
might
off
have to
that
do
many
it. If
on
he
the
rushes for
scramble
1,200
drill?
yards and makes it through the season, it'd be a miracle. But it's possible. The problem is
I'll
when
have
you
to
ask me
look that
that
up.
question,
Mitch Trubisky's high was 421 yards rushing in 2018.
that's like 700 yards, just like
That's no double. He's going to rush double.
Yeah, it's like 900
that's
yards
not
in real
irrelevant.
terms.
But they didn't run any running plays for Mitch.
Well,
Mm,
Here's
That's
a
not
little
true.
something for you.
that's
With
not true.
the 120 plus yards that Just threw for, if you average that out in 16 games, it's a whopping 1,936 passing yards.
Well, it was in the range.
Wait, how many yards did he have?
120 or something.
A whopping
We're,
massive
if
121
you didn't
yards.
know,
passing.
you would think the guy, like the way we're shocking him, you would think the guy had 400 yards.
Bro,
Yeah, that
Fucking-
comes out to 2,057 yards. Is that
Dude,
Here's
why-
count- the
16.
Packers in Indiana don't
You've
work.
already-
by 17 games?
16, because you've already played one.
Well, what did you say? Like 1,000 yards?
Oh, I didn't add the one. Yeah, I figured it out.
Went along with it? I was like, wait, that's
I
not
forgot that.
possible.
Jared's like 1,900 yards.
In math? Are you doing
2,000 yards passing.
Yeah,
This
he
is
said
like-
1,000 yards. I'm like, wait a minute.
1,900.
like
He
you
have,
have
like,
an-
I forgot to add the
75
121 that he already threw for.
This is
Easy
like
killer.
what happens when you have an Android, like this sort of fucking math. This is what goes on.
Yeah,
Like,
my shit don't break, it works.
when it ain't broken, it works. Goddamn
My
it!
cell phone don't break.
60% of the time, it works every time.
It's got real bits of
So
Android.
who are you
so know
putting
what's going
Jalen on?
Huh?
Who are you putting Jalen on versus the Packers?
Oh, fucking Christian Watson. Sammy Watkins didn't do dick.
Does it matter though?
That Dobbs guy.
They didn't really play him a whole lot. He was out there, but they didn't play him as much as I thought they would.
I mean, that year he
Sammy
ran for
Watkins,
421 yards. He averaged 6.2 an attempt. That's way more than Montgomery had yesterday.
If
we're
Alan
talking about
Lazard
receivers.
comes back week 2,
I'm talking about
Jalen
Mitch
Johnson
running
should be on Alan
421
Lazard. That's who Rodgers has the most chemistry with. So if Alan Lazard's back, Jalen sticks on Alan.
Christian Watson looks talented. He dropped that ball. That's a shame, but I think he's going to be good. Josh just comes in.
God.
Android is better. Blah.
That's my dog.
Don't extend Monty. True.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nobody like. We like Monty. He's a mascot or whatever. But
It's way
you
too
can't-
early.
You can't pay
Yeah.
him. You can't pay him. It sucks, but you just can't.
Even if he would go on to have a 1,400 yard season, did he? You got Herbert, Ebner, and you spend another mid late round pick on another running back, and are you that much worse off?
I'm not saying you don't pay him
They
a
can
top
afford
5
it.
in the
They're going to
league.
have a lot of money, but they're going to need a lot of players next year.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh, they have so much cap space. They need like fucking like 35 players next year or something. Like they can't. Like, it's not just that they're going to go out and spend $80 million on 5
You
guys.
know how we fall in love with running backs. So remember, Jordan Howard was elite.
Yep, super elite.
You think Dallas is regarding that Ezekiel Elliott contract?
That is the
course they are.
benchmark.
Of course they are.
If you want to, all the Bears fans that want to extend money, look at what happened to Dallas with Ezekiel Elliott. They had to
I
find
love Dallas is imploding already.
Dude,
Micah Parsons is crying
exactly.
about Micah Parsons is crying about getting hit by Leonard Fournette in a football game. He's mad because he hit him and he didn't see him.
Someone else, I forget who it was, player came out and said that hit should be illegal, and I didn't really see. I mean, why?
It looked like a fucking combo block to me. Like it's
like judo.
It's a crackback. It's a crackback block. Like so, it's borderline maybe, but it looked like a clean play to me. He just got rocked. Like I don't. If you're gonna make that illegal, like
it was like a chip you didn't expect.
Yeah, he just didn't fucking see, dude. And he's Leonard Fournette. That's a big motherfucker. And he put his shoulder into him, and Micah got fucking bus tossed, bro. Like it was like, oh, and now he's crying on Twitter. You hit me away. I wasn't looking. It's fucking football, man. Like what the fuck? What are you talking about, bro? And then Fournette hit him with the crying Jordan. Wasn't
Fournette wearing a single digit now too?
Huh?
Yeah.
Fournette's wearing single digits now too, so you don't expect a single digit number guy to come over. That does confuse you at that lightning speed. You know what I mean?
I was like, "Who's that? Michael Vick?" Patak!
Von Miller, that's who it was.
Von Miller, what?
He came out and just said that kind of block needs to be illegal, and it's a disservice to the defenders to keep having that happen.
Because these fucking outside rusher guys want to put their hand in the dirt and completely just not be allowed to be chipped from the side like that. It's like, well, if you're gonna go out that wide and expect to have that outside lane like that, somebody's gonna fucking change your trajectory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
There needs to be some give to the defense, though. I mean, everything gets harder and harder for them to do what they do. Like with the rule changes.
But it's. I mean, he hit him pretty much straight on. He didn't like.
That is not the hit that you can tell should result in a rule change.
What, Chair?
Nice. It does it. I mean, our defense played pretty damn well with one.
What I'm saying, most of the rule changes that benefit offense and make it harder for defense. Yeah.
Over the last 20 years, that's 100% true. They've really slanted the rules to favor the offense. But
I agree, but
this is he hit him below the knees, went low on him.
That's totally different. This was a clean hit. Like he just wasn't expecting it, and he got rocked. Like it's just like when a guy, when there's a change of possession, and guys are watching the guy who intercepted the ball, and they get fucking rocked. Yeah. If you're in front of them, it's fair game. If you're behind them, it's not. He was clearly in front of dude, and he gave him a hit. Like, and now Von Miller's talking about changing the rules. Done that
versus Bosa, and Bosa was faster than him and beat the block.
Right, and so if you're fucking Micah Parsons, you got to get low. That's why these guys.
Micah Parsons.
No, I know. I think it's fucked up that they're really crying about that. Josh says, I hate the rule where you can't run with the ball after fumble recovery on offense. Yeah, it sucks. It takes away like an exciting thing that could happen.
That's because of the old fumble Ruski, though.
And like I gave Eddie Jackson shit on that hit on Debo, but when Debo plowed him over, but Debo also led with his helmet.
Yeah,
it's the defender is. Oh, you can't really do anything about that.
But that's one of those things too. It's like it's a rule that it's like, gosh, that's so hard to avoid. How do you not lead with your helmet? Like it's almost when you're running and you're trying to get across the goal line.
Yeah.
How do you not? I don't understand. Like it's a rule that they could just call whenever they want because everyone's always leading with their helmet to some degree. Like, so I'm glad that they don't call it, but it sucks that we even have to talk about that. Like, spearing is one thing, defenseless receiver, okay,
like
another.
Chuck Cecil style. Like,
but calling the offense for leading with your helmet, how the fuck are you supposed to play without leading with your helmet?
By talking about helmets, did you notice Nick Bosa's helmet?
Yeah, they got
Very
some crazy.
different. Yeah, it's like
Bro, they got some crazy helmets this year.
I
Was
like
that?
it.
Who was it? The running back in Dallas, was it Zeke that had a crazy helmet? It looked like a fucking motorcycle helmet.
Oh, you're talking about Pollard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pollard had it looked like a motorcycle helmet with a face mask.
Nice.
Fucking kind of cool. I hope they work better.
I think they should just wear like those training camp padded bubble helmets out there.
Big worm.
I mean, if they really cared about safety, that's what they'd be wearing.
It's so funny how they all look like fucking Big Worm from Friday, out there in the fucking but like Lego people, it's like Lego Big Worm. That's what they look like if they made a Lego minifig out of Big Worm. Oh, damn, they'd never do that. But how dope would it be if they made a Lego set of Friday? They would never do it. Lego would never do it, but it would be the greatest thing ever.
I mean, we're coming off our Super Bowl and we're talking about Legos.
That's fine. That's what this show does. We talked about the game for like an hour and 40 minutes.
In most podcasts, that's the sweet spot.
Is it? Oh no! Fuck. We fucked up. Actually, we really haven't been. Have we been live for that long?
Yeah.
Jesus. Sorry,
bro.
Guys. Sorry, guys. Oh wait, BK says we can't diss people for listening to the end.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God bless him.
Want to do shout outs then? Thanks for listening.
Erp. Oi, BK, fuck all you, you fucking tosser, you fucking tosser, yeah, fucking cunt. It's really. Who are these people?
He his response. I'm in Utah.
Yeah, what? No British people are allowed in Utah.
He's on some Book of Mormon shit.
Oh.
Which I haven't seen yet.
Oh, snap.
Oh, that's
the rain! Cool. I gotta go get bread. It's coming down like cats and dogs out here.
Pause.
33-foot loaves of French bread. Whoa, look at you.
I can't slide.
Whoa. That was cool as fuck.
It was.
And it is getting me hyped up. And
the NFL, I know you're off Twitter.
And you know who's just waiting around the corner to ruin it all, right?
I saw the NFL put the banner of Justin on the Twitter.
So we have what?
Thank God, please.
We made it. We made it, boys.
Mama, we made it.
What's this? What's the Sunday night game next week?
Us getting whopped.
National television.
Yeah, so predictions.
That's going to be.
Start off with Jer.
Oh, man.
All right, started off with Diddy. I'll reverse it. Uno card. Boom, reverse.
Whoa.
Man.
Hit.
Now
Two steps now, y'all.
Are we talking fandom or are we talking 5
hops right now.
Turn it out. Cha-cha real smooth. Turn it out.
And we never saw Victor Cruz doing the cha-cha salsa slide very often with us, did we?
Once.
I can't believe Victor Cruz was even a Bear.
They were like, oh, fuck, Marcus Wheaton is so bad. Call Victor Cruz and Antonio Holmes.
Oh, my God.
I got 27-14 Bears.
So dark.
Whoa!
Santos misses one field goal. The struggle continues.
Why did you do that?
Who, me?
Why did you
one extra point. Sorry, he misses one extra point.
Why did he pick the Bears to win? That's a kiss of death.
Wow.
That's a kiss of death.
I'm the kiss of death on this show, really?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I have no historical data. We know Jer is the kiss of death.
For wide receivers.
You know, yeah.
And Benny
Kiss of death. Did you see that motherfucker burn 4 cars in the Dolphins?
Yes.
In the Dolphins tailgate?
Yeah.
Oh, the Dolphins are calling for the Bills already.
Apparently, the one car, the main car, was a Patriots fan car. So like he had to sit there, watch his team lose for 4 quarters, walk
Come back.
outside, your car is burnt like in planes, trains, and automobiles.
Jeez,
Like
that's
a
fucking brutal.
Biscuit steak.
They're in the stands screaming, "We want Buffalo."
Hey, Mike McDaniel let his nuts hang. That's all I'm saying.
Get that wheelbarrow.
They got some fucking talent. Tua is not good, and the Tua to Tyreek thing is not happening yet. But they have some talent. Jalen Waddle can play.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle's good.
Like they can do some things, and I'm so ready for Mac Jones and the Patriots to burst into flames. Oh my god, I'm gonna enjoy this. Like I'm really gonna enjoy this.
Yeah,
Why do you hate Mac Jones?
Because fuck that guy. He's like just I don't know why. It's totally irrational. He just seems like a fucking dick, like a total like
frat boy.
penny loafer. Fucking.
It could have been the Obama freaking outfit that he wore
that's
when
right.
he
I
was
forgot
in middle
about
school.
that.
Yeah.
And whatever. He just seems like a douche. Like, you know, like Mr. fucking, I don't need to work out. I just sling the ball. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he just seems like a fucking douche.
Like Brady.
No, because Brady like works.
Brady led by example. We can criticize him for a lot of things. Maybe not the most likable, but that dude worked.
All right, you want a prediction?
Prediction. Me. Packers 28, Bears
Like, I'm sorry. Like, and anybody in the NFL works.
13.
No. I mean, come on. There's a difference between Tom Brady's work ethic and a lot of other guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's
Oh my god.
It's true. I'm gonna be excited when the
guy
Patriots
eats avocado ice cream. If that's not working hard, I don't know what is.
It's true. He did just take 2 weeks off to calm down his Brazilian wife, though.
Yo, he did not look good. He looks different.
He just took 2 weeks off to go like get his platelets spun and talk Giselle out of murdering him.
He looks sick though. Like his face just doesn't look right.
He literally had to go to like fucking Slovenia and get his blood exchanged in like a
Before the testing,
like a super soldier like fucking bunker somewhere. Like they got this mother hooked up with Wolverine, put in fucking claws and shit.
They gave him the Keith Richards treatment.
And meanwhile, fucking Giselle is ready to stick a knife in his fucking neck because she's so pissed that he once again chose to play football. It's like, motherfucker, how many more Super Bowls do you need to win? You know, like she's not having it. And he took
it's not even about the money. She's worth like 10 times the amount he is, probably.
Yeah, he can't mow her lawn, bro. Like he ain't shit to her that way. Like she's not worried about that. He would make more money from her if they got divorced. Like he'd be like, Giselle, I need $10 million a month. Like,
all right.
know? Anyway.
Bears
what was your
24.
prediction? What was A's prediction? I didn't even get a Bears score on that.
28-13 Packers.
Ooh, okay.
Bears 24, Packers 20.
You're picking the Bears too.
Picking the Bears. I think the
Madness.
defense does something to him.
What was it, Jerry? Say that again.
24-20 Bears.
I mean, I want to be wrong, but geez.
I know in order to be the man, you got to beat the man, and maybe this team's got it in them.
Like it.
Oh my God, you're so drunk on rain. Jared just stood in the middle of Soldier Field with his mouth open and caught an Asian carp.
I heard it was acid rain. I was down.
Bro, I picked him to win more than Jared did.
Yeah, but you're just doing.
Oh yeah, but you're you.
You're just doing a bit. Jared believes that shit. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
He said, "I'm just doing a bit."
Gonna even it back out 2-2. I got Packers 24, Bears 16.
And I know that pains you, so you know that it means something.
It really does.
I think that they have a shot to? I just want them to be respectable.
Man, this is
Go
the
up
same
there,
offense
definitely
that
have a
scored
shot.
7 points last week, right?
go up. I know, but they should have
Yeah,
scored
but
about.
every divisional
21.
games are different, and Aaron Rodgers has always went to a different level with us.
Yeah, he's gonna bounce back against us.
They're playing that wrap it up music.
And
I hope
it's
I'm
in
wrong. Yeah, we
Lambeau.
should
Wrap it
It's
up,
coming off of
Yeah.
a brutal loss. We are ripe for the picking right now.
But if, oh Lord, if they win, and Justin
Oh.
goes up there and balls out,
We talking some shit, son.
Toxic.
you are not gonna be able to tell me a motherfucking thing. You won't be able to talk to me, bro.
You might get back on Twitter just to talk shit for a day.
No, I'm not gonna get back on Twitter, but I'll be burning up that Instagram though. Burning it up.
Oh, if Justin comes out and just starts slinging. Oh
Oh,
man,
it'll be something. Tell you what.
My brother
mean,
ain't gonna answer.
Who the fuck is so good on their defense? Jair Alexander and Rashawn Gary? Like, who else are we supposed to worry about?
wait till next week.
Well, he got hurt, but Quay Walker, who was their
Quay
top
Walker,
linebacker, Preston Smith is all right. Kenny Clark is a beast.
Kenny Clark's the one we
I'll
need
give
to
you
worry
Yeah,
about.
Kenny Clark is good.
I'll give you Kenny Clark. They got their ass, and they got their ass beat by the Vikings.
Yeah, and
the Packers defense got smoked.
Yeah, they did.
And they didn't even. I didn't see Dalvin Cook. It was all Madison.
Cook had like 80-some yards, but it was like a quiet
Right,
80.
but they were just rotating running backs. Like they were giving it to that Madison guy and like whatever. Like they weren't. It wasn't like they didn't need to Cook to take over or do anything special. Justin Jefferson was cooking.
They just refused to get out of zone, though. It just made no sense.
Because
There was 2 plays where Preston Smith, outside linebacker, Preston Smith was matched up one-on-one against Jordan Jefferson.
And just to
That's
kind of
a
wrap up,
problem.
just to wrap up what these gentlemen are saying.
Yeah, Justin.
Fuck Green Bay, and that's just another episode of the Tailgate Show.
Jack Sanborn is the low-key MVP of the victory in the rain. Everyone knows it. Thank you very much. Who are these people?
Duh, 69 slip and slide in the rain.
Oh, who are these people?
Moist bread, you cunts. Moist bread.
What?
Was that his attempt at an English accent?
Terrible.
Sweet. Wow.
I gotta get up early.